हरे कृष्ण।
ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. So, starting with the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita today. So, just to briefly recap what we have done previously, we have talked about the nature of material world, the distinction between the real living entity and his external body, and we have also spoken about the basic principles of existence. So, if anyone would like to recollect, this we have the soul, the Jivatma. Above the soul, mm, we have Jivatma. Above the soul, I mean, surrounding the soul is Prakriti or his environment. Then there is Karma, action, and this action takes place in time. And above all of these four factors is Ishwar or the Supreme Person. Well, this is the basic principle of existence. So this is the sum and substance of Bhagavad Gita. Today we'll start with the systematic study of Gita. So as we have discussed previously also, Bhagavad Gita is divided into 18 chapters. It's total 700 verses, 18 chapters. And these 18 chapters are divided into three segments. The first segment is the segment of yoga or identification of the spirit soul, liberation from material energy. That is the first chapter of topic, the first six chapters. Next six chapters deal with the absolute truth itself, Param Satya or Bhagwan. And the last six chapters deal with the process of getting out of material energy and how the living entity is actually trapped in this material universe. So, the very first chapter starts with the position of the living entity in the material nature. The first chapter of Bhagavad Gita is interesting because Krishna is not speaking in this chapter at all. In this first chapter of Gita, we only hear the conversation on the battlefield of Mahabharata. So, essentially speaking, the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, or you can say the first 42 verses, they are nothing but an extension of Mahabharata only. In these 46 verses, we're going to talk about the position of living entity in the material universe. So the very first verse of Bhagavad Gita starts with Dhritarashtra. So there are three people who are going to speak in this chapter: Dhritarashtra, Duryodhan, and Arjun. And their conversation will set the theme for the next narration, which is the process of yoga. And it also sets us the condition by which one can actually become free from this material nature. So in the very beginning, Dhritarashtra asks question to Arjun. I mean, asks to his secretary Sanjay. धृतराष्ट्रवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुत्सवा मामकाः पांडवाश्चैव किम कुर्वत Sanjaya. That is, my dear Sanjay, my sons and the sons of Pandu, having gathered on the battlefield of Mahabharat, what did they do? So this is like a very strange question because they are gathered there to fight. So Dhritarashtra is asking this question: what did they do? Did they actually fight? Or did they agree upon some compromise? So Sanjay convinces the king. He tells the king that he should not worry. His sons are determined to fight, and therefore the war will take place. Then he explains. So Sanjay starts describing the battlefield of Mahabharat, and then he explains that at the very beginning of the battle, Duryodhan walks up to his commanders, and then he starts describing the battlefield situation. So Dhritarashtra has asked this question: what is happening on the battlefield? And now Sanjay is describing. So he describes that your son Duryodhan has now moved to his commanders and he's now describing it. So especially it is, uh, you know, Dronacharya that he's talking to. So Duryodhan is talking to Dronacharya. He's describing the battlefield. So he says that my dear Dronacharya, now this war is about to start. And see that this battlefield has been arranged by Drishtadumna, Draupadi's brother, the son of Maharaj Drupada. So if you remember Mahabharat, Draupadi's father was Drupad. He was the father-in-law of Pandavas and he was with them in this war. So Drupad, Drupad had a son called Drishtadumna who had been especially blessed to kill Dronacharya. So Duryodhan walks over and describes the battle situation and especially takes the name of Drishtadumna. So then he talks about other great warriors. So he says Drishtaketu, Chetikan, Chekitan, Kashiraj, Purujit, Kunti Bhoj, Shaibya, then Yudhamanyu, Uttamoja, son of Subhadra, sons of Draupadi, all these warriors he describes. So Duryodhan is trying to see this is a battlefield. This war is taking place between family members. So there is every chance that family members can become overcome with affection for each other. Duryodhan does not want that. Duryodhan doesn't care if everyone dies, so long as he gets the kingdom. So Duryodhan wants to ensure that there is no affection between Pandavas and Kauravas. So he's describing the battlefield like this. So Drishtadumna had this special boon that he could kill the Dronacharya. So he wanted to tell Dronacharya that, my dear Dronacharya, now there was also another consideration. Dronacharya loved Arjuna a lot. Arjun was his best student and like his son only. They were of the same age. So Dronacharya loved him very much. And now he had to fight with Arjun, Dronacharya. So therefore, Duryodhan did not want Dronacharya to feel any affection for Arjun. So he said, look at Pandava's army and they have Drishtadumna there commanding them, which means that Pandavas are determined to kill you. So please don't feel any affection for them now. Just fight this war for me. And in this way, he describes other warriors also. Now, you see Duryodhan's mind. Now, Duryodhan is thinking that if I just describe Drishtadumna, others may still not feel anything. I mean, Drishtadumna was not a great warrior, really, not compared to Karna or Dushasan or others. So he thought that others may still take the Pandavas lightly. So he says that don't think that there is only Drishtadumna, there are other great warriors. There is Yudhamanyu, Virat, Drupad himself, there are sons of Draupadi, and so many other great warriors besides the Pandavas. So be alert, don't take it lightly. Then he also realizes that if he keeps on describing the enemy, his own commanders may become weak. They may feel scared. So he balances the situation. He says, then there are great personalities like yourself, Dronacharya, Bhishma, Kripa, Karna, Ashwathama, Vikarna, Bhurishrava, and great warriors. And all of you are prepared to die for me. So you can imagine how powerful our army is. So yes, enemy is powerful. We are also powerful. Then he says that that the enemies are only the Pandavas are only protected by Bhim, but we are protected by Bhishma Dev, who is much more powerful. And then having spoken like this, then he continues, and then he says that actually Bhishma and Drona are old. They are old men, so they may become a bit inattentive, and someone may kill them. So the warriors like Karna, Dushasan should protect these old warriors. So he speaks like this. So he's trying to adjust the situation diplomatically. He realizes that having described Bhishma Dev as a great warrior, he might have angered Karna and Dushasan. Because, Karna, Dushasan, and other brothers of Duryodhan, they did not like these great acharyas. They did not like Bhishma Dev or Dronacharya or Kripacharya. Because the sons of, the Kauravas, they were impious people, sinful people. But Bhishma, Drona, Kripacharya, they were very pious people. So there was always this kind of a mental, this tussle between the two. So he did not want anything like that to happen on the battlefield. So he diplomatically adjusted the situation. He said he first described Bhishma and Drona as great warriors. Then he says that they're old. So young generals should protect them. So in this way, he's diplomatically setting up the situation. Understanding the heart of Duryodhan, Bhishma Dev knows what is going to be the outcome of this war. He understands if there is Krishna on the other side, how can anyone win? So therefore, he blows his conch shell, and then everyone blow their music instruments, and there is a lot of sound. So when this sound is raised, the sons of Kauravas, the sons of Dhritarashtra, they become disheartened, hearing this terrific noise. Then Arjun speaks to Krishna. He says, Senayor Arjuna Uvacha, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Ratham Sthapya Meyachyuta, Yavadetan Niriksheham Yodhau Kaman Avasthitan, Kair Maya Sahayoddhavyam Asmin Rana Samudyame. So, my dear Krishna, show me who all are here to fight. Now, of course, Krishna is Paramatma. He understands the heart of Arjun. So, he also knows why Arjun is asking this question. So, Krishna deliberately takes the chariot and sets it right in front of Bhishma Dev and Dronacharya. So, what does he say? Bhishma Drona Praukhata Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam Uvacha Partha Pashyetan Samvetan Kuruniti. So Krishna takes this chariot right in front of Bhishma Dev and Drona and he says, behold the Kurus who are assembled here. Krishna knows what is going on in Arjun's heart and he immediately tries to expose it. He immediately exposes it. Now Arjun sees his grandfather, his teacher, his brothers, his cousins, father-in-law, everyone standing there. And even his grandfather, Shalya, was also fighting on the side of Kauravas. So immediately when he sees all of this, Arjun understands what is going to happen now. Arjun uvacha drishtve mam swajan krishna yutsum samupasthitam sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha parushishyati. Arjun said, my dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me in such a fighting spirit, I feel the limbs of my body quivering and my mouth drying up. Nicha shaknomya avasthatum brahmativa cha me mana nimittani cha pashyami viparitani keshava. I am unable to stand here any longer. I am forgetting myself and my mind is reeling. I foresee only evil, O killer of Keshi demon. Nacha shreyo nupashyami hatva sajanam ahave. Na kankshe vijayam krishna, nacha rajyam sukhani cha. I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. Now try to understand. Arjun is now crying. He is no longer in a position to fight at all. Arjun, is he scared? There are great warriors like Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Kripa, so many great warriors. But is Arjun scared? No, he is not. He knows there is Krishna with him. So how can he lose? And even if he loses, he's a Kshatriya. He will happily accept death because a Kshatriya killed on the battlefield goes to heavenly planets or attains liberation. So it's a golden opportunity for him. Actually, Kshatriyas always look forward to war so that they don't have to grow old and take sannyas. They can easily die on the battlefield and attain the results of sannyas immediately. So Arjun is not fearful, but Arjun is very much sad. His heart is broken. Arjun is not fearful for himself, but for his family members. Now imagine this situation. He's seeing his whole family standing in front of him. Therefore, he's now crying, O Govinda, of what avail to us our kingdoms, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed in this battlefield? O Madhusudan, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers in law, grandsons, brothers in law, and all relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, then why should I wish to kill them, though I may survive? O maintainer of all creatures, I am not prepared to fight with them even in exchange for the three words, let alone this earth. You know, what is happiness? Happiness is not driving some car or having some money in the bank. Happiness you enjoy with your family. Happiness you enjoy with your friends. If there are no friends, no family, what is the fun in material properties? How many big apartments? How many cars will you keep if you have no family? So Arjun is now saying that we should not fight. These people are just willing to kill and die. What is the use? I would rather not fight. There is no happiness if they are dead. If all my family is dead, what am I going to enjoy? And especially if I have to enjoy that wealth by killing them, then where will be any enjoyment? So, so this is the first argument that Arjun now says. He says, I don't want to fight. Why should I kill my family members for just a kingdom? Now Arjun goes into deeper thoughts. And then he says, sin will overcome if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the fortune? And how could we be happy killing our own kinsmen? So, How can, what is the happiness in killing one's own family members? This is sinful. Killing a man is sinful, but killing someone who's our own relative is even more sinful. So Arjun continues, says, see, these men are sinful, but I am not. Let them think like this, but I don't want to think like this. Why should I kill my own family? Next, he says, if I kill all of them, and they are all great Kshatriyas, the family traditions will stop. Fathers, brothers, uncles, they create all the family traditions. Like the father performs sacrifices for family, yajnas, other things. Now, if all these are killed, family traditions will be stopped. Pindadan will stop, yajnas will stop, and the whole family will become irreligious. When the whole family becomes irreligious, women will have no protection. Mothers, sisters, daughters will have no protection. And when they will have no protection, they will become corrupted. Unscrupulous men, low class men will tempt these women, and then they will create a hellish situation. Just like today we see, so many extramarital affairs going on, boys and girls affairs going on, and then everyone is unhappy. So such things are not sanctioned in the Vedas because they are very dangerous for human consciousness. So now Arjun says that if all the men are killed, who will protect the women? Women will become polluted. And if women are polluted, the children who are born will be of low class. So when irreligion is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the women of the family become corrupt. And from the degradation of womanhood, O descendant of Vrishni, comes unwanted progeny. When there is an increase of unwanted population, a hellish situation is created both for the family and for those who destroy the family tradition. In such corrupt families, there is no offering of oblations of food and water to the ancestors. So all the rituals will stop. And once the ritual stops, all the family traditions are destroyed. The whole society will be destroyed. Forefathers will go to hell and everything will be destroyed. So, O Krishna, I don't want to be a party to all of this. Let this war take place, but I don't want to be here. Let them take the kingdom. At least everyone will survive. I will simply go away from this battle. So, my dear Krishna, I will not fight. So, in this way, Arjun concludes his argument. So, now we see three people here: Dhritarashtra, Duryodhan, and Arjun speaking. Dhritarashtra is blind, his eyes are blind, he's spiritually also blind. He does not understand what is good or bad. His son wants to enjoy this material kingdom at the cost of a war, but he doesn't understand that for this kingdom, the whole family will be destroyed. But he's still encouraging his son. In fact, now when the battle is about to start, he's asking, are they fighting or not? Because he's fearful that if the fight does not take place, Duryodhan may agree on a compromise, and then kingdom would become half. He would not get the whole kingdom. So he doesn't want a compromise. He would rather have his own sons get killed rather than lose the kingdom. So this is the nature of Dhritarashtra. Duryodhan is also seeing his whole family there. And he knows he has 100 brothers, so at least some will die. But he's not concerned. He just wants to kill the Pandavas and take whatever kingdom he can get. This is the nature of Duryodhan, and he's willing to play politics also for that. Arjun, on the other hand, has a different consciousness. Arjun understands what is going to be the outcome of this war. He knows very well there is Krishna on his side, but still he becomes overwhelmed with compassion. He sees so many innocent men there. Okay, Karna, Duryodhan, Dushasan are definitely evil, and they are implicated. They are criminal. But other Kshatriyas are not. They are just brought to this war. So now he's feeling compassion for all the soldiers also, that they will unnecessarily die for the blind ambition of Duryodhan. So he starts crying. Now we have to, like, how do we understand Arjun's situation? Let's put it this way. Now, how much do we love our parents? So let's say, do you love your father? Yes, everyone who doesn't love his father. Now, suppose I come and tell you that, I am your mentor. Your father is sinful, you kill him. Will you be able to do it? No, not just father. I'm saying kill your father, kill your uncle, kill your brother also. You see? So Bhishma Dev was more than a father to Arjun. When Pandavas were born, Pandu died very early. So all through the childhood and through their youth, it was Bhishma Dev who was raising them with love and affection. And not only that, there was a very special bond also. Arjun was also an archer. Bhishma Dev was also an archer. You know, if the father is a doctor and the son is also a doctor, that relationship becomes even deeper. So they were both of the same trade also. Both Kshatriyas, both expert archers, and both very dear devotees of Krishna. So they were very sharing a very special relationship. Seeing this, Arjun actually became overwhelmed. Now, Arjun is a Kshatriya, he's a warrior, he has fought many wars. So this is not the first time. So why is he behaving like this? Because the situation is so deep. So you see, when if we are put in this situation, we will definitely not be able to fight. But Arjun is feeling compassion, he's not able to fight, but he will fight. And that is the glory of Gita, that it purifies one completely. Arjun becomes full of compassion and he puts this question in front of Krishna. So, to, to understand Bhagavad Gita, there are two conditions which are necessary. That one must be, first of all, one must be kind and soft hearted. Like Arjun is feeling compassion, not just for warriors but also for soldiers. He's feeling compassion and for the whole society in general. He has not seen women and children, but he's feeling compassion for them also. So, kind and soft hearted. And second one is devotional service of the Lord. So one must be definitely be a devotee also, not just kind, but one must be a devotee of the Lord. Then one can understand the science of Bhagavad Gita. Such a kind and soft hearted person in devotional service of the Lord is fit to receive self knowledge. So, yes, so if you want to understand Bhagavad Gita, you must be kind and you must be worshipping the Lord. Then you can understand Bhagavad Gita very easily. Okay? Hare Krishna. So, with this, we come to the end of the first chapter summary. Are there any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Prabhuji, just a small suggestion that can you from the next chapter, can you just start it with Hindi? Because it's I want to just learn like it's a story type, right? So in Hindi, the story gets more connected. So that's why if you and everybody else is comfortable, we can just.
I didn't get you.
I'm saying that it's like a story part, right? So in Hindi, so if you and other are comfortable, we can just start it in Hindi. So I get more connected to it.
So you want to read also?
No, 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 Hindi. The session will be in Hindi. And
Oh,
with that.
Hindi. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I was asking,
because it's like a
Hindi or English.
story, right? And because it's like a
Uh,
story, and I get more connected in Hindi. That's why.
okay. Yeah, see,
For casual speaking, if everybody is comfortable, we can do it. But in Hindi, it's like more connected, so that's why it gets easier to understand.
actually, only the first chapter is like a story. The second chapter onwards, philosophy starts.
Ah, so that's true only, like lessons and all. It feels more connected, right?
So you can check with everyone if anyone, if everyone wants Hindi,